can't believe that. No, I'm alright. Look at land net snapped. That's happened. It's foul up to all. Yeah.
Right, it's that time of the year again, the Whiteacres Frenzee Festival. Always look forward to it. I stopped with Ginger and Paul Christie, great company, really good week, and I love the festival. Very simplistic. Porth isn't in. All the venues on the site, including Twin Oaks and Belingy, and I just love it because it's a lot of meat fishing. And especially where I fish now, there's not a lot of venues where you can actually use it, so it's actually nice to do a bit of meat fishing. And usually, we've been the first one of the season, the venues are quite interesting. So basically, your main approach is meat and caster and a bit of worm if you don't draw that good, but mainly meat and caster. Caster shallow, meat short, long pole. And down the margins with ground bait. So quite a simple week really. I drew quite a good rotation, to be honest with you. The first day, which I've just videoed, I drew TREWATERS. It was TREWATERS or TREWATERS or Jenny's. And I drew TREWATERS. I'm quite happy with that. And I drew 47. I've not been on this peg before. And it's on the back bank with the wind blowing off it. It's quite a moody bank, to be honest with you. Obviously because the prevailing wind always blows down to the bottom end. So peg 53, 38, right down in the bottom end. They seem to produce more weights than where I were. So I wasn't exactly confident of getting a good weight from there, but this is the amazing thing about fishing. You've always got to go with, you've got to be optimistic. And when I got to my peg, I didn't fancy it at all. I can't reach the island with 16 metres, but I can swing a rig, simply because the wind was ideal for it. So I've set up a short line, which I didn't really fancy because the water seemed really clear. I didn't set any edge lines up because the wind's off my back and it just didn't seem right for edge fishing. If I'd have been down at the other end of the lake, that would have been my main approach, fishing down the margins where there's some ripple and water movement, but it just seemed void of fish on the inside lines. And too shallow as well. It was really shallow, like 18 inches deep, right next to the bank, and the water was clear. It just didn't appeal to me at all. So I set a short rig up. And then on the deck, bang on 16 metres, which is, I'd say, 3.5 foot off the bank. And then I've set a swinging rig up for me to flick a rig across to the other bank, all with a 6mm meat ploy. And I also set up a couple of shallow rigs in case I was going nowhere, to blast some casters 2/3 of the way across, and hopefully get an arrival of some carp and F1s on it in, you know, a shallow depth. But my main plan was just to go steady away and try and get some fish in the net and rotate between those lines on the pole and also Bomb and me chucking towards the corner of the island. And that was it, quite a simple match. And to be honest with you, I had a really nice day's fishing. I've caught 50 to 60% of my fish on the bomb. Caught really well. And I've then swapped to the long pole, which I've been pinging meat across. I've not actually caught swinging, I've caught actually with a rig that was directly underneath my 16 metre pole line, which I'd say was 3 foot deep. That seemed to be the depth where the fish wanted to feed, and it was the same with the bomb. If I chucked really tight against the island, I didn't catch. I had to chuck maybe about a foot off, and the difference between a foot and really tight against the island was a massive difference. And I alternated between those two lines. I never had a bite short. I never had a bite shallow, although I didn't really need to feed it. It just ended up where I was just catching on the long pole. I did feed some casters down the track, but because I was catching so consistently between the two lines, the 16 metre line and the bomb line, I didn't want to complicate things, and I just rotated between those two lines. I've ended up with £95, which was I was quite pleased with, to be honest with you. I've ended up winning the lake, the top and the bottom lake. £62 was second in the section. So I've had quite a tidy match, to be honest. I did have a bit of a nightmare in the middle of the match where I've gone to scoop the biggest carp I've had on the day, and my landing net snapped. So I've had a bit of palaver, as you could see, having to get off my box and set another landing net pole up with another landing net. But apart from that, I've had an enjoyable day's fishing. So yeah, nice start to the festival really, you know, a section win under my belt. See what happens tomorrow.